What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the second full-length studio album by J-Rock. He's a member of Black Hippie, a rap collective that features members not only J-Rock, but of course Ab-Soul, Kendrick Lamar, and Schoolboy Q, West Coast rap group. And J-Rock is finally back with another studio album after a 4-year absence. This time around he's here with 90059, referring to the zip code of Watts, Los Angeles, the area that J-Rock actually grew up in. And it's nice to see him talking about not only just the struggles of himself growing up, because I don't feel like that's really a prominent topic here, although it definitely is present. I like seeing like the struggles and just like the mental battle that he has with himself, and he actually personifies that with a alternate ego, Lance Skywalker, S-K-I-I Walker, and that's what I am understanding at least. It seems like he's got some inner turmoil and he's kind of fighting off demons, and definitely on tracks like Vices, which features the members of Black Hippie, it's just seeing them talking about all the things that they are into, whether it be women, drugs, dealing, etc., just the stuff that they've gotten into, and feeling guilty for it in a sense, but not really. And it's just cool to see how it plays out. Loving the instrumental choices that J-Rock picked for this thing, some nice samples on this thing, and I'm loving tracks like Telegram, which is just one of the best instrumentals that I've heard in a rap song all year long. Just the way the guitar kicks in during the hook of this track and the nice bass groove that I can fall into. In fact, the first like 6 or 7 songs on this thing are all just like back to back to back hits. We open up with Necessary and it just kind of like slowly builds and gets louder and louder. It's like it's fading in slowly. J-Rock's, saying 90059 be the zip, and he's talking about some of the stuff that just brought him to where he is now. Great track right off the bat. Follows that up with Easy Bake, which is probably my favorite track on this thing, tied closely with Gumbo. I have to praise J-Rock's rapping technique and his ability and technical skill here on this record, because I feel like he's improved. What initially exposed me to J-Rock was his verse on Money Trees, which is still one of my favorite rap features of all time. He absolutely killed that verse, and unfortunately, I don't feel like he tops that with anything here on this record, but in a sense, it's kind of totally different. It's not even comparable, even though there is a track called Money Trees Deuce, which was the lead single off of this record, but we'll get to that in just a minute. I think J-Rock's ability to ride a slow beat and not make it feel like a slow song at all is something that is really commendable. He makes it feel like a slow burn, something that just kind of sinks into you, and you might have to digest it later on, or else read along and dig into the lyrics. And while I'm not in love with every single song on this record, it's got a great vibe. It's something that I like to listen to from start to finish. Tracks like Gumbo go down so smooth, and I love how he's talking about he's got something else to add to the rap game. I think that's what the entire hook is really about. He's talking about, let me add some season in this gumbo. He's adding in his own flavor to the world of rap, and I think that this track just really seasons it well in terms of the instrumental, the production, J-Rock's ability on the track, and he showcases that not only on that track, but like I was talking about, the start of this record, 6 songs in a row that I just really like. One of the best moments on this LP for me came on Easy Bake, whenever Kendrick Lamar and of course J-Rock himself are just trading bars back and forth, and it just gets fiery. Kendrick comes in with his feature, and it's like he's coming in through a haze, and then all of a sudden he pops out of it, and they start trading back and forth, and it's absolute fire. The hook on Wanna Ride, which was done by Isaiah Rashad, just gets stuck inside my head all the time. They wanna ride, they wanna go. I feel like I don't see a ton of hooks like that on rap records in 2015, not ones that just instantly kind of click with me, and just the production that goes along with it just makes it stand out even more in my mind. Then the track that comes right after that, The Ways, which features Sir, someone that I had never heard of before listening to 90059, but I think that he did a great job in kind of bringing a similar vibe, something that's laid back but still gets ingrained inside your head. J-Rock on this track fluctuates a little bit more with his raps, and I like that. I like how he's like a little bit more manic and out of control. And then we see right after that on the title track, one that it just doesn't really pan out for him. He goes for a little bit of a different vibe, and it comes off like nails on a chalkboard for me. The hook on this thing, the verses are fine for the most part, they're not my favorite, but the hook is just hard to listen to just because he seems like so, I don't know, distorted, not himself. I didn't really care for the track Fly on the Wall featuring Busta Rhymes near the end of this LP. It was just kind of melancholy, slow paced, and it felt like it never really took off. It saw them kind of going back and forth, reminiscing, talking about about Top Dog Entertainment, of course, J-Rock's label, and all the members of Black Hippie as well. And Busta Rhymes talking about how he remembers how far J-Rock has come and all of their collaborations since 2009 and that sort of thing. And it's kind of nice to hear the history, but at the same time, it's almost like I'd rather read about it. I get more entertainment out of reading the lyrics than I do from the song itself. Before I go, let's talk about a few tracks that I did enjoy that I didn't really discuss in detail. One of those being the track Telegram. I like it just because it's talking about J-Rock not wanting to do things for instant fame like so many people want to do these days. They want to blow up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. He's not doing it for the vine, as he said in this track. He's sifting through all the crap and just kind of pushing his way to the top still. So I definitely love that track, and of course I already mentioned loving the instrumental on that one. Loving the track Vice City featuring the members of Black Hippie. Ab-Soul has a particularly strong verse on this thing, really liked it. Of course Kendrick on here kind of doing the hook, and they're all kind of sharing their sins, their pleasures, their guilty pleasures, their vices essentially, and it's just one of the best tracks on here. Didn't really care for the outro, the message. It is kind of potent lyrically, along with the track Money Tree's Deuce, which did definitely grow on me. It still doesn't hit quite as hard as I was hoping it to, especially with a name like that, and Money Trees being one of my favorite rap songs of all time, sampling one of my favorite bands, Beach House, but that's a different story. Anyways, the message that closes out this LP just felt like it dragged for a little bit, and the track Money Tree's Deuce did a little bit as well. It just felt like a little lull in the second half of this album, but overall I can't really complain too much because I'm liking the majority of these tracks. It's just I don't know how much I'm going to be coming back to them. There are definitely some that are going to be played probably for years to come, but I'm curious to know what you guys are thinking. Me personally, I'm digging J-Rock's new LP. I'm going to go with a 3.5 out of 5. If you've heard 90059 by J-Rock, his second full-length record, let me know your thoughts on it down below. While you're there, maybe smash that like button to let me know that you enjoyed the review. Subscribe to the channel because friends don't let friends go unsubscribed. You can click here to go to my second channel, or right here to go to the last review that I did. All of my social media links are found in the description. Other than that, I'll see you very soon right here on ARTV.